Yes, I've hit the button, the right button again. Needless to say, during my break, I didn't hit any button when I thought I hit a button to not have a hot mic, but I had a hot mic and I blew it because you guys need to be playing bingo. You know if you know. Anyhow, I'm back for part 2. The Avocado Show, Kia Jeeves, and my usual suspects here in the chat. We're on our music journey. This is part 2 of a Happy Aloha Friday kind of vibe going on here. If it's your first time here, first time catching the video, you want to join us and play around and hang out and get involved and maybe some Wheel of Cheese here so you can have your song listened to and we just do it here. Go join us on Twitch. Links down below. If not, you're going to hang out and watch? Then do so. Let's go. So this is how the Wheel of Cheese works. We're going to do it right now. So we're starting with queso fresco, which is all the new friends that are coming out here for the very first time, putting their name in. And look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. So let's spin and let's see who win. You guys ready? Was that funny? Winner is... Oh, are we getting into the red? Oh, into the red. The winner is Arbitrab. Arbitrab. All right. Let's see what Arbitrab would like. Iditarod. We're doing a game called, looks like Spartan Total Warrior, I think. Give me a second. Just want to remind everybody who is on the Wheel of Cheese, nothing over 7 minutes, please. It's an auto punt. So thank you for playing along and hanging in there with, oh, so close. 6.5 minutes coming in here for this track. This is from Spartan Total Warrior, Death and Destruction. And the name of the track is Spartan Total Warrior. And there's no message with it, so let's just get on it. Let's go. Whee! Some 9 Inch Nails vibes, some Trent Reznor. I don't know why. I think it just has to do with the drum sounds. Yeah, this is very Trenty. Not trendy, but Trenty. Trent Reznor. Yeah, Crystal Method is also a good call on this. That lower bass chugginess. Has anybody ever played this game? But in the sense that I'm looking at a Spartan thumbnail, those slow attack French horns, or the drum, that horn section, has that very Gladiator vibe. That lower bass line, though, it sounds like something off of like a Juno 60 or something. But it's got some width to it. A hack and slash game. Oh, hi, Shadow, by the way. game was developed by Creative Assembly. Funny you say something like that, Skippy, because I could see how Ragnarok, I can't say it, forget it. Such a bold game release, anything that would try to come around that release would have been completely squashed, you know? Quit laughing at me, guys. Doing some trippy rave style lo-fi. Kind of an old click-based sound, probably. It also sounds like that could have came from Omnisphere, for those of you who know. Oh, I see what you're saying, Shadow. Kind of the Hollywood thing, right? Great movie comes out, and then you get all these other movies that are kind of son of, or... Yeah, they doubled up on the ownership of that bass line, Turnip. Hey, Maxie, how are you? Welcome in. Sounds like that might actually be a live bass. There's actually slides and stuff on sample things as well. It's not a ding to it, it's just, I'm just saying. That definitely was a trippy track. It had a very, I guess apparently the composer's Jeff Van Dyke, D-Y-C-K. And who else? James Vincent. Maybe this was something that was like put on the table fairly fast, and you know, knocking out a piece of music work that still had the heaviness of like maybe a Gladiator-esque or Gods of Ranrock. That one. Of course, that came out with bold, huge orchestrations and stuff like that. But as Shadow had said, I guess he called it a slash and slice kind of game or something like that. That was very, you know, but for this to have been released in the shadows, no pun, bruh, of the Ragnarok thing, then I'm never gonna get that right. Just put that on the bingo card, okay, guys? Yeah, it was very fun, very lighthearted. You know, kind of stuck to the pattern, kind of that really kind of dun 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 dun. It was, you know, kind of glowing around that. Okay, let's do another Wheel of Cheese before we get back into our donos. Wheel of Cheese, this is queso pobre, guys. This is the big, fat, slicey, cheesy. Let's see what we got here. God dang it. I bit my lip. I'm bleeding. Salty with my apple. Okay, you don't need to know that. I'm just an idiot. Okay, here we go. Wheel of Cheese. Sorry, I got distracted with my pain. Here we go. All right, some bold slices there. Here we go. Ready for bold slicey cheese? Queso pobre. Let's go. Spin! Oops. You never know, Skip. Oh! Oh, creeping into the yellow. Jake in Vienna. Jake in the house. Hanging in there like you do. There he is. He ran back to his phone after playing video games or something. Let me get to you, my friend. Where are you? There you are. Let's see what you got here. Jake would like a game called Satisfactory, I believe. I haven't opened it up. I don't know if that's what that is. Let's see what we got here. This track is the game is called Satisfactory. The song is Tier 1. Huh, never heard of this game. What kind of game is this? Jake, tell me. Looks like it's a platformer, maybe? By the look of the thumbnail, perhaps? It's a hard game. SB is like, hard game. And a factory game. Okay. I like that. Hard game. Don't try it, Jeeves. Stay away. Just play Minecraft. Blow up your friends. Stay away. Put the paddle down. All right. He says here, fun track from a game I dropped almost 2,000 hours in. Bruh. Reminds me of what you talk about every so often with regard to scoring music and visuals together. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Let's go. Ooh, this looks interesting. Get some standard disco vibes going there. Ooh, this looks interesting. Ooh, it's kind of like a nice little house rave thing. Is that right? Would that be it? In genre? Engineering Sims game. What a trip. I'll clear cut that in a heartbeat and industrialize it. That thing sounds like it's monophonic. You know, the canceling out thing. You guys know what monophonic is versus polyphonic, right? Tell you what, the details in this look unbelievable. All the little dancing arpeggiations in the background. So cool. Oh. What's up, bro? Why it wouldn't handle the power skip? Oh, it's almost over? I was getting into it. Amon, you said that everything in this was user created. So is this like a highlight reel of somebody else's playing the game? Anyhow, love the track. It worked perfect for something like this that was going to be like a assembly simulator. I can't talk for shit. The track went really well with what we were looking and cut in tempo. So however this was assembled, if this was a highlight reel per se. Oh, it's a trailer. Okay, drugs are bad. So this was a trailer that was specifically edited. So of course the tempo of the editing and stuff went really well with the music. And I love the music wasn't too over the top. Just in the mentality of an assembly line, you know, where things are dunk, duck, deep, fix, cut, do, you know. The music didn't rob the visual aspect of what we were watching by being too much than it needed to be, keeping that kind of house kind of vibe, a little bit of that EDM ravey kind of thing. And like I said earlier, I loved all the little, what I would call sparkly arpeggiations that would come in and out in the back during, way up there in the high range, you know. So it gave us that nice little ambiance vibe. And even though it was very kind of Einstein, you know, doing, 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 the fact that there were delays on the arpeggiations and really nice little plate reverbs on the synth, albeit probably not a real plate in the sense that could have been manufactured with the tone that was built into the module. I don't know. I liked it, very spacey. But the music was great, but I was more in tune with the video because I was going, this is some trippy stuff. That has some serious details going on there. Plus, I don't know if I'd ever be able to play anything like this. If this is an engineering Sims game, you have to have, I think, a little bit of that more figuring out kind of thing than I did. I think Portal was as probably good as I'll ever get when it comes to figuring stuff out. You know what I mean? Has sparkly arpeggiations your drag name? Oh my God, so mental. That's a great little short yellow bus statement there. I love that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're getting back into our donos. So let me refresh the data. Hey, Renson. Penson Renson. Welcome. Thanks for showing up. We're hanging out. We're listening to music. Go click on the forum up there if it's pinned up there still, and throw your song in there, and maybe it'll land on it the next time I spin the wheel of cheese. But right now, I'm going back to the donos. God, more people parachuted in with donos. Oof. All right. Picking up where I left off. Going from the top amount to the low amounts. And the low amounts, I love you too. I'm just saying that's just how I do things. But, you know, when people are sending in $800 to listen to a song, you know, I gotta honor, you know, just, you know. JK. Next up, capitalist pig. All right, here we go. Next up, Baha Schmenzer. Uh-oh. I know this music. Baha Schmenzer, we are going to be listening to... Are you here? By the way, there you are. How's it? This is a track from the band, from the artists, Lacuna Coil. Name of the song is Save Me. You guys ready for some Lacuna Coil? Because I am ready for it. All right, here we go. This is from Baha Schmenzer. Let's go. I like that unison tone that makes it dark. I like the sidechain work on the vocals. Gave it a little width there, layering vibe. What a great tone of those guitars. I love his backgrounds right there. The growl that he throws in is so tasteful, so appropriate. I like the stereo imaging of her voice in this mix. Now it's dropped in the pocket for the verses. I love what he does there. The drum mix is so clean and precise, but it sounds like it's pretty back in the pocket there.
And what remains is the shadow of my past. I look in the mirror and hate what I see. I don't recognize my face anymore and wonder where all my dreams are gone. Feeling lost and empty. I know I can't turn back time.
I'm wondering if that's volumed up work for those ambient pads.
I can't give up.
Or if those are pads that are actually put into production. Nice. I know MP3. I saw the sandwich on it going, yay for eating on the road. Let the tubes drain. See? So there is a pad. You know, that's obviously in the track. Yeah, line them up. They deserved a sold-out show for sure. That sounded beautiful. I love the blend of the vocals between her as the lead vocalist and the other vocalist, which I'm sure, because I've listened to a bit of Luna Coil, and I know that male voice sometimes takes pole position. But his involvement in this track with background vocals, answer back vocals, and also answer back growling, that kind of thing. I'm going to say this, please don't come for me in the comments because I don't know where to pull this from, but it kind of reminds me of where the embryonic beginnings of like a Linkin Park sound may have come from. Meaning clean vocals, and answer back with, you know, the more growly thing. I don't see, that's where you guys can maybe help me for a second. I don't know where that style started. Where, you know, you still had authentic rock and metal or something of that nature, and you had clean vocals, but then they would come in and answer back with, you know, the darker screaming or, you know, growling tones. You know, I don't know exactly when that started in the genres. Obviously, I think MP3 and Amon were talking back and forth a little bit about the fact that this, you know, was probably most likely recorded and sync to live performance. I have been told before that sometimes during concerts, they'll say, okay, guys, we're going to actually do a music video and we're going to, you know, we're going to play this, but there's maybe be some playback behind it so we could sync it together and make sure that it's all good. We'll play the song for you again later, but we're going to shoot the video. So everybody, here we go. And they may do that to sync, you know, or play live or whatever the case is and mix later or something. So, but, excuse me. Anyhow, let me see. SB is giving me a quick answer. Yeah, I don't know. It's a trip because I've been listening to music now for what, 4 years in this capacity, and I still can't pinpoint where that AB is. I think, wait, wasn't Linkin Park more of these hardcore vocals and pseudo rapping? Was that what their thing was? I'm sorry, I just can't remember. It's just what's happening in my brain cells or something like that. Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Rap rock. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right, I just want to make sure I remember that because I distinctly remember how Linkin Park made an impact when I first heard one of their tracks and went, oh, that's pretty different. That's cool. And it still has balls and stuff. All right. Okay, next up. Let's go. Judgment Kazi. Let's see what we got from Judgment Kazimeh. Judgment Kazi. How are you? There he is. How's it? Okay, we are going to be doing a band or an artist. It's called Sub Focus. Song of the track is Follow the Light. And the message is, hey, Jeebs. Sup, brother? I've brought you a track from 2009 from the band Sub Focus. They do a variety of electronic music, but their self-titled album, and indeed this song, focus around their signature drum and bass sound. Hope you dig it. Hope you dig the thumping journey. I do. I will. You're bringing it into the house. I know it's going to be full quality. Thumping and bumping. Here we go. D&B. I like that. Alrighty, we're going. It's giving me little Spangle vibes. That sequence is just going ding 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 ding. Bam bam bam. Listen to that. Focus on that, guys. Bing 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 bing. That's the zip line. When all the craziness comes in, that's still going to be there. Cool, huh? This melody. Been around the block a few times. Not expecting that. That's killer. Sample group of that last note holding up. Great trap sound choice. Like there's a TR-808 clap in unison with that snare. Sounds great. This is when this stuff starts getting heady. Bass line that's in unison with the vocals. This vibe is pretty intoxicating. I mean, as far as the headiness, as far as getting you into it. I'm just a dreamer. Just a dream. Engineering for the win. very glow sticks moment. This is a bass line against the vocals. Beautiful. Listen for the bass following the vocals. Perfect. That's badass. Well done, man. This is great. Judgment, that kicked ass. I love that. And you know, the vocals that came in, I'm not a very stoic or hardcore raver. Back in the 90s, there used to be a thing called Moon Tribe in Los Angeles where you just take a heroic dose and just bleep. What I don't remember in a lot of rave music, maybe SB, you can help me with this one, is there wasn't a lot of vocal stuff happening like this. That this probably is kind of a standout arrangement. I just don't remember. I remember it more of, you know, the kind of stuff we were listening to, the that kind of, you know, vibe. But then once the vocals came in, somebody else put up here on the chat that the vocals gave it a nicer sense of ambience, brought a little bit of the ambience and ethereal into the house, you know, without oversaturating that with maybe other synth arrangements, and allowed all the other arrangements to kind of stand out. Because then all of a sudden your brain kind of turns into that kind of focusing on those vocal lines a little bit, even if you don't want to. It kind of brings you into like, it's like a landing, like brings you just into kind of that, take it off autopilot and kind of glide into the runway kind of thing. So yeah, I think, you know, Filter, I think you're right. I mean, that stuff for more of the house radio friendly stuff, but you know, and like I said, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. I can't recall hearing things with a lot of vocal back in I only went 3 or 4 times, maybe longer. I don't remember. I was so high back then. I don't know. All right. I mean, just at the raves, not my whole life. I'm just saying. I'd be comboing like peyote with like, well, all kinds of stuff. A la natural. Oh, that cynical laugh of mine, right? Okay. Next up, we are going to be listening to that Zig guy. Oh, funny, Zigzag guy. We were just talking about heroic dose. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that's what that is, but Zigzag. Do they even have Zigzag anymore? Is that even a thing? Anyhow, let's just move on. We're gonna Zig. The Zig guy is gonna bring us into some metal right now. Let me see what we got going on here. Hang on. The name of this track is, the band is, oh, this is going to be a very melodic song for everybody to enjoy. This one is called Disembodied Tyrant. Synestia. It's the name of the band. The name of the song is Death Empress. Let me see. Not sure if this has graced your ears yet, but it's an aural experience, an aural. It employs wall of sound really well to just assail your ears. It's a 10 to 10. So wall of sound to me, so I'm thinking Devin Townsend wall to wall. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go. You can tell as soon as they drop in that font, we're in for it. They're going to give us the people's elbow. That's killer. That is real hard to do. Bullshit. That's that Gatling gun kick drum thing going on there. There's always going to be the piano to bring it. What an insanely creative, abstract marrying the choral vocals along with the pig squealing thing. So cool. Chaotically disjointed in such a very I can't even finish the sentence. Guttural. Like my colonoscopy. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. And for me, you guys know my journey. I'm on shit. Has really been steeped in the growth of taking me down different twists and turns of experiencing the techniques of vocal performers that have that incredible talent and ability to do that, and then get done with a session and walk away going, "Hey guys, what's up? Let's go get a burger." Like their voice doesn't even show any of the heaviness afterwards for the technique of it. I'm going to go back to what I do say a lot of times when I listen to tracks like this, which is while that type of performance is happening there in its most guttural, visceral kind of way, the stick save for me is listening to the arrangements that support that. As you guys have heard me say before, if it's something like, I'm not going to pretend to do it, but if it's right, like that's going on, but in the background you have guitar sweeps that are happening or arpeggiation like because that'll melodically as an arrangement and stuff like that picks up the musicality of it. There's total musicality in this track, 100%. But the thing is that the darkness of what it is in the visuals and everything else, that's going to take center stage. The name of the track, Death Empress, but that technique. And also the other thing about that technique as well is I always detect some kind of unique type of engineering. Whether you take a signal like that when the performer's doing that style of growling, pig squealing, I don't even know what they how you call it. But the performance in there, and then like some kind of side chain that starts to happen where they kind of butter that out a little bit, made it wider, made it fatter, made it thicker. I don't know how much more thicker you could have made it because it sounded like the raw source file was as gnarly as could possibly be. But I do hear a little bit of like maybe some flanging or some chorusing or maybe some doubling that gives it a little bit of width in the mix. Maybe just a stereo imager. You know, maybe one of those wave plugins and stuff that's a stereo imager just on that side chain, just to take that mono signal and maybe push it out a little wider too. I don't know, you know. But funny enough, I feel you, SB, without a doubt, when it comes to that, because sometimes I am listening to this. Like if I'm like doing something like outside and, you know, all of a sudden a track like this comes in on the playlist and I'm in it to win it, and my neighbor sees this, you know, guy in his mid-60s that's kind of, you know, grueling out to this, and they're like, what do you, I said, yeah, but can't you hear what the guitars are doing? Or can't you hear how the drummer's just crushing it, you know? Selective muting. Sometimes, I'll have to admit, sometimes I listen to tracks and I do selective muting in my head. You know, that might not be a really great bass thing, or that might not be drums, or these vocals aren't, so I'll do selective muting. But if that's, you know, I'm listening to the track and I'm listening to it, you know, obviously I don't know what the hell they're saying vocally. You know, it's like trying to read this font. I have no idea what that is. All I know, though, is when I see font like this, we're in for a ride. Right? Am I right? I talk too much. I'm sorry. Boop-a-doo. 1 a.m. Oh, he probably left already. Patty Cake's probably scolded him. He left. But I'm going to do his track. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. 1 a.m. Are you in the house? 1 a.m.'s in the house. I think Patty dipped out, too. He's probably hanging out with the fam. So let's see what 1 a.m. wants us to hang in here. 1 a.m., you know, you could always just drop that and, you know, interrupt my show at any given time. So let's do this. Hang on. I got to sneeze. I don't have to sneeze. Wait. I feel it coming. Hang on. Ah, fuck you! Oh my God, I'm sorry. God, everything seems to take longer for it to fire. My sneezing, my sex life, I don't know. It's horrifying nowadays. Oh no. Stand by, guys. I gotta go get a tissue. Sorry. Oh, all right. Good one. I feel relieved and uplifted now. You know, Senor Rui, actually, when I talked to my ENT about that, said yes, that is true. And I usually don't do it that way, but there was a little peanut butter snot stuck behind my eye. I had to get it out. I just thought I'd let you know, TMI, but every now and then, you know. I've become very proficient at ranch rockets as well. Those are easier to deal with. All right, let's get back to some music, let's say. I'm sorry. Ban. All right. What am I doing next? Oh, that's right. We're back to 1 a.m. 1 a.m. would like us to... I'm sorry. Yeah, ranch rocket. Haven't you ever heard of that? You know, ranch oyster? That's just when you're on the outside and you just go... You know? Sometimes it turns into a helicopter. Okay, sorry. That's... Next track coming up is from 1 a.m. What an introduction for what a 1 a.m. songs, isn't it? Blotto. Okay, so, oh gosh, I love this. We're going to be listening to some Vulfpeck, Cory Wong. No real message there, because 1 a.m. doesn't like to give me messages. He just likes to send me stuff, and then I watch it, and he laughs at me. Here we go. So funky. We know that. We expect that from Cory Wong. Ooh, nice stadium. A nice killer outfit. Come on. I love that. It's like somebody fell off the 70s bus. There's Napoleon Dynamite playing guitar. Yeah, man, this is some super Motown funk. Even those chord changes, right? Isn't it? Bass player has that that sidestepping thing right here that we're watching. In those old Motown dance days, when background singers would go, hey, hey. Oh! Some bass booty lines. Ooh, some of that strumming technique. So funky. Be nice to have a little horn section going. See, that's my arrangement head. I can't help it. I'm a mess. Oh! Jumping in on that Jazz Beat 3 organ. I got a lot of people in my brain, creepy. You know, hats off to our percussionist over there, is crushing it. Ah, there's a guy with a large organ.
Let's get a little string section. 5, 6, 7.
Bass player's crushing. I know, right, SB? I mean, I was just saying. I love that bass player's cabin. It's like a 6x12. Now I see it. Now that I see him playing, I can hear that EP sound over here. Ah, what a great track, 1 a.m. Look at that. We all got all pepped and peppered up for that. Thank you so much. What a great funk track. That's all there was to it. This was a total jump off from that 70s funk train. No two ways about it. Even our guitar player over there that looks like he actually looks more like Napoleon Dynamite's uncle. Remember the guy who throws the football or throws the steak? That kind of outfit there. That's what great entertainment's about. Fantastic musicianship. There wasn't one little clam in anything in there that was being played whatsoever. Like I said, I wanted to tip my hat for a second, definitely for the percussionists. There's a lot of percussion stuff that's going on there. I love watching percussionists percussion players like Nate Wirt, I think is his name, from Snarky Puppy, because they are just chimes and this and that and doubling on the toms and doing this and then picking up the timbales and then doing the shaker, and you know, they've got a cowbell tied to their rear end and they're doing this. I mean, whatever it is, these guys are just so incredibly talented. Look at that, 1 a.m. bringing the funk into the house. What the funk are you doing, brah? Sop, you funky guy. Anyhow, thanks, 1 a.m. Disgruntled kitty. Oh, shit, that's hilarious. All right. Next up, in my oyster snarting moment here, stand by, Doc Doom. How are you, Doc Doom? Is you in the house? Doc Doom is in the house. I don't know. Doc Doom wants us to listen to him, and you know it's Doc Doom, right? So, you know, with the name, he's bringing in some of the heavy, but we don't know. He could be surprising us with something else that's kind of a heavy with a light heavy, with a twist of heavy, with a little bit of molasses in there. Hey, Doc Doom, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. This band is called... Let's see if my eyes are saying, is that Asteroid or... Oh. Astronoid. A-S-T-R-O. Name of the song is Eyes. And his message is self-described as dream thrash. I've never heard of that. Sounds like it's going to be immediately interesting to me, because you guys know I love that thing. And ethereal prog rock, okay? Astronoid has a great mix of shoegaze and metal elements in their music. If death metal implies the existence of life metal, that title fits when describing these guys. Enjoy. All right, Doc Doom. How you been, Doc Doom? How's your Friday going? Is it Friday for you still, or Saturday? Anyhow, let's do this. This is coming in from Doc Doom. All right. Oh, shit. I just blew it. I think I blew it. Yeah, I did. Stand by for a second. I douched the... Stand by. Turnip, or can you send me the link? Mahalo. Thanks, brah. Give me a second. Thank you. 1 a.m. saving my ass, as he should. Because, you know, he takes a lot of abuse here. Thank you. Stand by. Now I got the... I'm such a gaff. I'm a gaff master. Here we go. Thanks, 1 a.m. I like this a lot. And you're right, I love that gaze, the shoegaze element. Maybe it's my eyes. Is that a guy or a girl? Oh, it's a guy. My eyes aren't working well today. That's why. This is a great example of even having a tone in the voice like that, having to have the balls and the power behind you like this can work so magically. You're right, Skippy, I forgot. No, it does have some kind of 80s vibes to it. I think it... Now it doesn't, but... This part here is giving me a little bit of the 80s new wave vibe, and I think it's just because the eighths that the kick's carrying, real straight, you know, with the bass. I like that. Well done. Oh, that one note was a sneaker. Nice arpeggiation. Ooh, I love what the bass just did there. Boom, 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 boom. Love the track, and I love the description that you gave me, Doc Doom, with the gaze element, the shoegaze element. And so it kind of set me up for, you know, I've actually become quite the fan of shoegaze. I'll admit there's some shoegaze, like if I'm sitting here and I'm just dicking around and I'm just doing what I'm doing and I'm trying to get a list together, and I'll pull together like some shoegaze on Spotify. There's some of them that are kind of like, maybe a little too overly saturated with the guitar tones and washed out with the reverbs for me, you know? So, which I'm sure it happens to everybody, right? Just because you like a genre doesn't mean every band in that genre you're going to like that carries, let's say, the truthfulness of what the genre represents. I don't know if any of that made sense to you guys, but it sounded good coming out of my mouth. Anyhow. But I love the blend, as you were saying. You were spot on about the blend between the shoegaze vibe and that metal punchiness. And the voice also, once again, just to kind of go back into, the vocals on this. This is where I just get elated when I'm hearing such power in relationship to what I would consider a mellow voice, right? So he's up there in that register. He really didn't go too far out of this pocket, but the tone of his voice and stuff like that was such a adjacent to, or just such a separation and dynamics compared to the rest of what the track is. And the marrying of that is, to me, is what was the final, you know, sprinkle of gold in that listening for me, was how well that sounded. And it did have a little bit of, I thought for a second, briefly when I first heard it, I was, oh, it's got kind of a Coheed thing kind of going on there. But at least for all this is the first time I've ever heard this band. So just in listening to this track, if this is the tone of the voice, sorry, I got hiccups. If this is the tone of the voice throughout all the other cuts, and that's what it is, whereas Claudio has, you know, some pretty unique dynamics in his, you know, range and stuff like that. So anyhow, loved it. Thanks for dropping that in the house. Next up, Senor Rui. Senor Rui, is you he? Are you here? I bet you are. Hiding back there. Lurking. There he is. Everybody say hi to Senor Rui. Okay. The TV show we're doing this from is called Arcane. The song is called Guns for Hire. So, he says here, it's tough picking a singular song from this series. Across 2 seasons, there are over 250 songs. Bruh, really? Damn, that music supervisor is being kept busy. Both pop and orchestral that were scored. Oh, I see. So titles. Okay, gotcha. Still yet, that's a lot. I requested this one simply because someone joked that it was one motif away from being a James Bond song. We shall be the judge of that. And I love the beautiful string arpeggio in the background at 2:45 when the second chorus plays. May it bless your earballs. You caught me off guard. Yes, I remember that from the other stream. And may others help bring forth the rest of the series. All right, that was really good, Senor. I like that. All right, guys. Let's do this. Ba-ding.
Hold the die your turn to roll before they fall through your fingers. Not a good night to lose control. Right
nice.
as the earth is unraveling, you play with your blocks until they break, and these walls come tumbling down.
I like that.
Oh, they're tumbling down. You're out of time to make your move, live or die while the fuse is lit and there's no turning back. Kiss your perfect day goodbye, because
Nice. I think it's more in the production and the orchestral aspect of it, where people are hearing the James Brown, James Bond, whatever. I'm gonna stop talking. I can't fucking.
They're tumbling down. Resting on a knife, you heavy souls, with all this weight buckling down on you now. Don't you drown and float
Try to
away.
hear if the ostinato is in unison with the piano. I'm not sure.
Right as your marionettes cut their strings and run away. You're out of time, make your move, live or die while the fuse is lit.
The march up of those strings, you're right. And all the ostinato in the background there.
Kiss your perfect day goodbye, because
I love what the midsection of the strings are doing there, the cellos.
tuck your innocence goodnight. Just so your friends like guns for hire will play with your
There's the note I was barking at.
and now you pay when these walls come tumbling down.
What was that in the back there? Trippy track, Senor. Excuse me. The kind of swaying there a little bit. I can hear how some people, even myself a little bit. I think if you wouldn't have said it, I probably wouldn't let it rent space in my head. But there was a little bit of that James Bondy kind of vibe in there. Once again, though, I think I would lean on that on being a little bit more of the orchestrating technique, because the melody could, the vagueness of the melody in the sense that it could be attached to it sounds like could have been a bazillion different little things. But it's something else, Senor, that I liked about the singing was at the very beginning. I'm listening to the voice going, kind of gave me I want to say kind of a folksy backyard approach to the vocals at the very first, let's say 16 bars, wondering where he was going to go and how this was going to come out and play. But it sounded to me like the power of where this vocalist lives is when it started kicking in. He started getting into da 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 da. It started getting up in that register, and then it was just like solid welding spots on a railroad track, just wow, Solid welding spots on a railroad track? Fuck. Somebody help me with my metaphors. I'm dying here. I'm freaking dying here. Anyhow, thank you so much, Senor Rui. I appreciate that. Oh, God. Blotto. Next up. Yeah, I don't know, Baja Schmancer. Sometimes I get all... what's happening is I started picking up again. Remember the job I had started in December where I'm doing the audio book for somebody who's talking about Tibetan Buddhism and peacefulness and meditation and stuff. They're having me kind of readjust some things, getting back into the depth of it, and a lot of that stuff just releases theater of the mind for me sometimes, where it gets kind of deep and weird, and from that depth comes the goofiest metaphors ever. And as you sit back, take a deeper breath. Look within yourself, then count to 5. On the 5th breath, you should stand up and reach to the sky and say to yourself, I love myself. That's my voice. That's the narration voice that I'm using for this book. So sometimes it gets very heady for me. I'm such a goofball. All right, here we go. Next up. Now we're going to do Kebab Seller. I could start a cult, I can cultivate it. Get it? The Kebab Seller one. I'm sorry, guys. But you know what I will do? I'll save my favorite chapter from that book, and with permission of the writer, I'll put it on the Positive Wave writer. Of that style of see if he'll let me do it. I know, ban me. Okay, Kebab Seller, now we're doing your song, bruh. Now we get to do Dynasty Warrior 4. This is Lubu's theme, and this is from the Kebab Seller. So everybody say aloha to Kebab Seller. And he says, there are more than 10 versions of that. I remember reading this earlier because I was like, there are more than 10 versions of this theme spanning from the year 2000 till today. This one is from 2003. Okay, now let's sink in and rinse on this from the Kebab Seller. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, the drums are from the Liquid Grooves. Anybody remember that library? At least it sounds like it. SB? Trippy back and forth from what they're doing with the drums. Damn, smoking that 30 seconds on the kick. be, I think it's an old stylus library. Yeah, the drums are. The guitar playing is fantastic, but the drums and the programming and the loops that they're using, it works. If you don't know, it doesn't bother you. You know what I mean? One of those composer things. You know, you can also tell by the cymbals on the finger. Oops. That snare's killing me, though. There we go. The guitar work is great. All those arrangements, phenomenal. And it sounds like live bass. Rotten Sarn Garden. Couldn't have said it better. It's almost like the producer's going, what happens if I press this key on the kit? What happens if I press this key? That was a really fun track to listen to, Kebab Seller. And the thing behind that I'm definitely laying into is the guitar work and the bass work was really, really super good. I don't know anything about Dynasty Warriors. Guys, how long? I guess this is number 4, so it's been out for a while. So I could see just by the thumbnail and stuff like that how, you know, spot on this music would have been. But the unique thing for me is just because I have a bazillion, you know, tracks and libraries and stuff like that, just identifying the drums. When I hear things nostalgically like that, it kind of, I'm listening to the track and everything, but then it kind of reminds me of like, oh man, where was I when I first heard that loop? And, you know, in what point in my career was I doing? I went, oh man, I fully recognize that. That's sick. You know, I think that was something that was coming out of the S550 back in the day, you know, for those of you who remember that from Roland. That was that sample player. And then I had a Kurtz, you know, I had the module Kurzweiler. It was going to read everything. Remember those big ass, what were the name of those glyph drives? SB, do you remember by chance? There was these gigantic glyph drives. It's like, you were like all time, if you had like a 1 gig glyph drive, they charge you like $1,500 for it, and they'd be all loaded up in that. But yes, it was a proper early 2000s kind of gig. All right, who's coming up now? Yeah, zip drives. Guys, remember those? Yeah, where is Lisa today, by the way? We are missing Lisa Wolf. Let me see. Yeah, it was magnetic media. It was crazy. And remember, and the zip drives, so I used to have a glyph. That was the name of the drive. And the cartridges kind of reminded me of the 8-track tapes. If you remember the very first iteration of when you all of a sudden had a drive that had a, you know, a whole gig of memory, you know. Did you have all those drive Scorpios? Oh, the older we get, the better we were. I love that. They were bulky as shit, but we all did it, right? Came out with the new toys. We were the first ones in line to get it, and the plugs for that. You guys. Did anybody ever have the Kurzweiler module? I forgot, KR2800, I think it was, or something like that. And the input plug-in was like a 35-pin dim sum. I don't know. But it was just gnarly, just But I was in line. I'd buy one, you know, just so I could stay relevant. Please, record company hired me to produce your demos. Yeah. Next up, we are going into Great Sage Sun. Great Sage Sun to the rescue. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-boo. Let's go. Great Sage Sun would like us to listen to us. Oh, we've heard music from these guys. Big Giant Circles. Name of this track is Threes. This is the full soundtrack that accompanies you during session of the game Threes. A simple yet very elegant original puzzle game that I recommend to all. Oh, I'm sorry, I said a band. That's okay. It was an old man gaff. Big Giant Circles is a game. Sorry. So let's do... Oop, I got hiccups again. Let's do this. All right. It's like the song for like a T-Rex to play, because he can't, because his hands can only go. Sorry. I kind of like this when you guys are saying this is a puzzle game, or when he said it was a puzzle game. It doesn't sound like it would be too much while you're trying to probably figure it out, you know? Have any of you guys ever played this? Very melodic still, but I like how the arrangement is giving us this kind of puzzly vibe. Except for now, yeah. I gotta turn the mic off while I open this. It's gonna make a lot of noise. I love the use of the brush with the drums. I caught myself, SB. There's a double bass thing going on there. Nice layer with those vocals. Those are called jazz dutes from Omnisphere. If you haven't, you know. Yes, Underwater Dojo, I actually have your track coming up soon. The T-Rex is back in. Sorry, that was a wasabi sneeze. Very nice, easygoing track if you're playing like a puzzle game. Almost sounds like there's a double bass line there. Boom. Boom, boom. But then you have the other line. That's following the melody. It just keeps kind of rolling on, this arrangement. It's just very fun, lighthearted, and kind of fluffy. You know, I don't know exactly when you guys say it's a puzzle game, I'm thinking of a puzzle. And my imaging might be off to what the game is about, but this is, turn it down in the background, listen to it if you're doing a puzzle game. Oh, like Sudoku. Okay, gotcha. We've already looped it, I think, once. But this was nice, this ending. These chords here. That was a really fun, lighthearted track. But for myself, too, this is just another one of those tracks. Oh, did I screw up? Did it continue? Oh, it started to loop again. Really fun, lighthearted track. Now that you guys told me it was kind of a Sudoku or crossword kind of vibe, I get it. If you just dial it down nice and low and stuff and just let it glide you as you know, or let it kind of be that noise in the background, the music. Oh, composer heard me say that. He kicked my butt. The music in the background while you're going through this kind of journey. But for me too, the other thing is once again, when I'm listening to this composition, it's just kind of funny that, you know, when you start to recognize modules or sounds that you've used, you know, in past arrangements and stuff like that. And as recently as about that order I had in October from this one publisher, I actually used that same exact patch for that same kind of melodic, fun sounding da-da do 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 do, you know, behind a clarinet and behind something else, you know. Very, very nice and lighthearted little piece of music here, and I did enjoy it very much. Next up, Kairu Hakubi. Kairu Hakubi. Sounds like one of my bad sneezes. I'm just saying, I'm not making funny, I'm just saying. Just kind of, that's how. How are you, buddy? Good to see you here like usual. Always hanging out for the long haul here. Always appreciated. And thank you for your donation as well. Happy Aloha Friday. Okay. Kairu wants us to listen to a game. I think it says Dragon Nest, full of curry. Oh, you're full of curry? Is that what you're saying, how you're doing? That's funny. Well, I'll curry up and get this done. Oh, the Jocularty. Okay, stand by. And this one is Dragon Nest. The song is Song of the Goddess, The Eternal Path. The composer of this song, Urutan and Kate the Great, normally does covers, but this one was commissioned especially for the game. It's an online, sorry, I got hiccups again. Online Southeast Asia only game, so nobody played it, but the song is good. And the song's language is made up. Oh, good. All right, thank you for letting me know. It would have twisted my brain for half a second. I would have said, forget it, not doing it, not trying to understand it. Here we go. This is from Kairu, everybody. Let's go. Pretty. I love the bass work. Nice. Very pretty. This is very well done. I love the little yodel in the voice. It's beautiful. You know, I love the meandering lute in the background, if that's what that is. Kind of carrying its own little melody back there behind her. Ooh. Little key lift there, I like that. It has that mystic Renaissance vibe as well. I love that instrument. I don't know what it's called, what it might be. But the ghost notes on those are beautiful. Look at that. Five. It could be. I love the little riff that she sang at the very end of that. Like she got a little like, oh yeah, let me show you a little bit of my. Did she go into a major third? I gotta listen to that. Wait, I gotta see. Did she go into a major third on that? Stand by. got all Whitney on us. There is a third in there. Somebody dropped in a third. One of the background vocals dropped in a third on that one, the major third. Okay. I thought I was like, okay. That was there. Thanks, Kairu. That was really nice. Was what we were listening to against game footage, I take it? Even though it wasn't played because you said it was kind of not done. It was probably not released out of the box from Asia, I believe you said. But it does have, if that's a cutscene, though, it does, you know, because I'm kind of ignorant about still video games and stuff, there's a pattern sometimes that I see with video games and imaging and stuff that when, like, a certain kind of mystic vibe of dancing elves having pointy ears and the same kind of outfits and stuff like that, sometimes I kind of get a little lost on, you know, I guess time periods have to represent themselves as authentic as possible. And then, of course, they add their own things to it. But that was just the visual. Love the track, though. The fife going, if that's what it was, the fife, the flute. What I loved about that as well is that the flute was always meandering in its own melody in the background behind her vocals. So she's doing her nice little melody here, but way in the back, that fife is, you know, staying with it. Excuse me, I got to mute my mic for a second. Got a schnockerdoodle. Excuse me there, a little oyster on the half lung. Okay, thanks, Kairu. That was a very pretty song. Next up, Underwater Dojo. I know you're still here. That's Scorpius. What is that little artwork of it? Let me see if Underwater Dojo is still hanging out here. Well, I hope he is, because I know he's been hanging out for a while and waiting for a song, and I'm wondering if this is the one he's talking about that he said he dropped in earlier. They were? Okay. Hey, there he is. So I noticed in the chat that you were talking about something that you may have dropped earlier and it didn't get posted and whatever. So is this it, or is this in addition to? Nonetheless, you're up. So here you are. Let's do your song. Next up, of course, is Underwater Dojo. This one is called the Dirt Dobbers. Dirt Dobbers? I guess that's a band. And the name of the song is Smoke and Mirrors. Okay, Underwater Dojo, let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, that was just so stupid. I had to just huck that in there just because it's me. Okay, turn up, thank you. Oh, the guitars sound phenomenal. Engineering wise. Right, Senori?
In my room with the shades broke, talking treason, the red space and time, but for all the wrong reasons. Thought it'd do me so good to get back and get evil, but I remembered what they said. Just cause you don't feel the club, don't think it's you, they're not baiting. A child opens his eyes and the whole world is golden. The maze is full up and it's posed like you that it's holding. You think your father's place drinking his muddy ride. And if this lasts forever.
Sounds phenomenal, man. The recording is great. I love his voice too.
Convictions,
the folksiness of
we
it.
won't know why. What's the difference between us? We both speak the King's English and wish on the same stars in the sky. I regret all the mornings we
I was just bending here to get the bass in on it.
Then wish we were still too drunk to cry.
Go fiddle.
Place this would all be smoke and mirrors.
Not quite bluegrass, I'm not sure.
But I'm afraid it's all true. This old
But it's in Shadow's
soldier
favorite tempo.
grows weary. They stoke fires for kettles.
Yes, Scorpius, I was too kind of flexing on a little bit of the Dylan vibe.
Signals are ready. You're not checking credentials when the final toes are levied. I'm sure they cry on both sides.
It's recorded in his basement. Oh, it sounds fantastic.
And the last drink is just so my hands can stay steady. What's the difference between us? We both speak the King's English and wish on the same stars in the sky.
The capo guitar vibe also reminds me a little of Zeppelin, the acoustic work of Zeppelin.
And wish we were still too drunk to cry. A better place, this would all be smoke and mirrors. But I'm afraid it's all true. This old soldier grows weary.
There's the bass kind of sneaking in there a little bit.
Like a child who hides his head under the cover. You tip your glass back and you ask for another. And you drink yourself blind, cause what you see just undoes you. And the talent
It's a nice little plate reverb on his voice. Very nice.
Good intentions and corpses, a tower above you. What's the difference between us? We both speak the King's English and wish on the same stars in the sky. And regret all the mornings we were too drunk to crawl on. We wish we were still too drunk to cry.
I like that occasional come up in with the fiddle, the violin.
But I'm afraid it's so true. The soul soldier grows weary.
A lot of detail in recording the guitar. Kind of like what you're saying, Senorita, so you can hear those textures. Great track. And very poetic, too. The lyrics were very poetic. The tone of his voice, once again, as you had said, Senori, that, or I forgot who posted it, that Dylan and, I'm trying to remember that post, are influences that you can definitely, James Ingram. I was going to say James Ingram, not James Ingram. The other guy. Anyhow. Was a definite influence on it, with an emphasis on incredible lyrics. I really love the lyrics on this. This is one of those tracks where you can listen to them too. At the same token, the recording techniques for the guitar, so maybe if it was Neil, thank you. Neil Sedaka. Anyhow. No, I'm kidding. I know which Neil. If it was him recording in his basement, and he did that, I can tell by the techniques that he was using that he is, was obviously he had two tracks going, but then he capoed one of the guitars and had it right up the middle. So that gave me a little bit more of a mandolin vibe. It could have been a mandolin. I don't know. It was just vibing that. There was a bass there. There's an upright bass there. It just was, it sounded like the bottom end of that was rolled off a little bit. So it didn't, post as fluffy as it could have. But I love the track and his vocals, his whimsical style and smoky style of his vocals, and the lyrics were great. So I thought that was super cool beans. And thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Oh man, something's kicking my ass and my shoulder right out back here. What the hell? Okay, who's up right now? Samuel? Only have this and 2 other donos, and then we're going to Wheel of Cheese It Out. So, let me take a look at my time really quick. How long have I been on? How long have I been? Oh, this is perfect. Okay, great. So this is from Samuel, I believe is the name of the profile. I think you've been here once or twice before already. The name of this track is, I'm not going to get this, Sjowgren, Sjowgren. And the name of the track is that's the band. The name of the track is 17. This always puts me in a good mood when I'm driving about. Shame that the band doesn't do any live shows because I'd love to attend one. This always improves. Oh, he doubled that out. Okay. Well, good. And thank you for coming in, and happy Aloha Friday. I know that you may not be here for this, but you know where it's going to be when I'm done. All right, guys, let's check this out. Oh, almost 5 hours. All right. I love the closed piano miking vibe in this. It is that bottom playing all the way through. I like this a lot. Straightforward. I love it. The kick sounds really cool. I mean, it's processed, but I think it's a whole kit. It might be a loop. Totally, I'm on. Wind in the hair.
If you want a second to breathe, I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't
Real straightforward fun. Cruising, yeah, cruising through exactly.
I'm not going nowhere, yeah.
This would probably be a great source cue in a million different TV shows or movies. I'm really loving the way they tweak that sound, that loop, the drums, if it is a loop. Engineer's going, what happens if I press this button? Give it a little filter sweep.
Second to breathe, I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere, yeah. If you want a second
Great
to
engineering
breathe,
there.
I'll give you all of my love, I'll give you all that you need. Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry, not going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere, yeah.
Nice little bass note there on the last one. They sneaking in a little bit of that extra stuff in there to let us listen to it and go, hey, trippy, that was really cool. Love the track. I mean, the whole chords, the chords just really didn't move around a lot, but the production sure the hell did. Great background vocals. I have to say, when I was listening to it and it came in with that kind of closed piano mic'd upright kind of vibe, I was going, where's this going to go? And it kind of throws your senses off because you don't, when you hear something like that they trick you out a little bit with the engineering. They're not going to give you a lot of dynamics. It sounds like it could be playing off in a corner way in the distance. You never know what to expect, but they kind of did, the engineer did, and the production did, where I thought, I wonder if this is going to blow up. And it's just as I start thinking it, those really nice vocals came in. Exactly what Alman and SB said. This was like a great kind of cruisy track. Top off, kind of, hey, driving, friends, just having a good time, going to the beach, whatever the case is, or going to Trembling Hills to go visit grandma or something. It was that kind of vibe. And I liked it. But I did like the weird little treatment that they saturated the drum kit with. If that was a loop, they kind of ran it through a stressor and a little bit of a thing. My brain just went. Anyhow, it was a great track. I liked it. Hana ukulele. Okay, who's up next? Rotten Sound Garden. Bruh. This is yours. Are you ready? Rotten Sound Garden would like us to listen to a band called Frontier. And the song is As the Night Wept. And the message is, hi, Jeebs and the Vandellas. Is that us? Are we the Vandellas here in the crew? Frontierer, it's Frontierer, okay, is a Scottish band who released a Christmas EP, but after your Christmas stream, this Christmas song shows the true meaning of the holidays. Okay, are you ready? Soundgarden's not here. That's okay. So now that he's not here, let's do this. Hurry up. Shh.
The only sound that was made was the noise from within, until the day that he woke and the sky opened up as the ground brought the fire, as the night wept with blood.
Wow, it's great to have the lyrics. Bruh. This is absolutely mind-numbing, and the fact that they actually when you say it's Scotland, I'm like, oh. God, those tones are just freaking beastly. You know, the track was absolutely ball-crushing, but what made this cool for me is actually being able to see the lyrics. You know what I mean? And somewhat keep up with it. And it makes sense, you know? If you even spoke those words, they're pretty damn cool. You know, that writing there. It's dug deep in the trenches of mother fudge, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. But the fact that I have the lyrics in front of me and kind of diving into them and getting a piece of that action there, especially in my mind, I think one thing that's really super insane about this is that there's so many bands and artists and stuff like that that perform in this particular, you know, genre where the growls and all the stuff I've ever talked about where I just can't understand the words. I have found that if I do get the opportunity to either look up the words or something like that, I'm sitting here going, I kind of identify with this, you know? It's like they're saying some gnarly ass stuff going on there. But at the same token, you know, because it's produced in the way it's being produced, that, you know, I can't hear what the lyrics are saying or what they're doing or whatever the case is. So it's great to actually get the lyrics in there like this, you know? So that was an the track was ball banging. I don't know if that was drop beetle juice in the tuning, but it was a lot of the bending, you know, staying down on that zero and just bending in and out of it, you know. But the super bonus for me was being able to listen or read the lyrics. And it's also mind-numbing too, because I go, how could I have ever made the word shake or death out of what I heard? I go, how does that even compute death? You know, I guess that makes the fans actually go and read the lyrics so you can identify with it, you know? I'm just saying. One more dono here, and then we go do a double lap of Wheel of Cheese, and I'm out of here, guys. This last one is from Snows in Australia. Well, let's see what we got going on here. How are you, Snows? It's you! You've made it! Yes, sirree. So thank you so much for hanging out, because you do hang out. This one is called Trombone Champ. That's going to be unique. It's going to be a trombone player, I bet. Let's see how many positions. How many positions are in trombone? Is it 7? I can't remember now. I forget. This is Los Lobos, La Bamba. But let's see what we got going on here. All right. Here we go. The trombone was invented. It's a game? That's hilarious. I'm freaking dying. It is low, guys. Sorry. How do you play this? I don't play trombone. Oh, I moved the cursor up and down. Gotcha. Sounds like me on a hangover. And how appropriate also with the trombone. Funny that it's done with the trombone too. Can you choose the different instruments? It's a trombone simulator. Okay. It's all tromboner, huh? I like that name, tromboner. What kind of pharma company is going to name some kind of ED drug that? Freaking brilliant. What a great track. And I had no idea there was such a thing as a trombone simulator. But I guess you play it with the arrows, right? You were saying with the keys. That's hilarious, guys. I got to check into that game. Is it actually called Trombone Champ? Because that's just freaking all time. That is hilarious. As a matter of fact, this is something I could do with like my grandkids and stuff. It's from where? It's from Softs. I thought it was like From Software. What? Oh, it's From Soft. That's the name of the company. Snows in Australia, that was kick butt. And that was really fun. And I'm watching the whole thing and everything. And I got to tell you what, actually the performance aspect of it, I was going, that's very trombone-y. I mean, very well done with that, kind of the way you play the trombone and the different, positions that you play. I thought that was really good. I thought that was great. Oh, shit. All right, guys. And thank you for that, too. It snows in Australia. And aren't you dropping some stuff in Discord? I got to check out. Did you drop some new stuff, some of your stuff or something? I was driving and I got some Discord messages and I briefly looked at it, but I had to drive before I crashed into some tree or something. So I got to go back and check that out. I think you may have dropped something. I'd love to hear that. So, yeah, we're going to do one queso fresco and then we're going to do a queso pobre. So, and then we're going to sign out because I think I'm pushing 5 hours, I think, somewhere close to that. So let's go back to Cheesy Cheese. And where's my Cheesy Cheese button? There we go, Cheesy button. Ooh, almost 5 hours. All right. So let me get into Cheesy Cheese. I'll refresh all Cheesy Cheese. And let me see what I got going here. Let's go with Queso Nuevo. That was Jake. He won the last one. Okay, here we go. Let's hook it up for the noobs. All right, guys. If anybody's still here that put their name in the list here, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Jamie 99. Is that what that says? Jamie 99. Okay, let's see what Jamie 99 wants. Once again, I want to remind you guys just to make sure. Because, nothing over 7 minutes. Otherwise, it's an auto boot. Auto boot. What is that auto boot? Auto boot. That's Canadian for all about, right? Auto boot. Now, forget it. I'm just going to stop. Jamie J. wants something from anime. And, yes, first time in the stream as well. So let's see what Jamie wants us to check out here. This is called the third Evangelion movie, Shiru Sagisu. Shiru Sagisu. The name of the song is, I don't know what this is. Maybe this is just how it is, but I'm not even going to try to name the song. The message is, always love the YouTube videos. Thank you so much. Great to catch you on the stream. Thank you very much. And I hope you're still here. Are you here? Jamie's here. Hi, Jamie. All right, let's do this for Jamie. Here we go.
Feeding
Oof. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Section. Was that it? Oh, that is such a beautiful piece. Jamie, really quick, if you're still in the house here, this was actually part of an anime. You're saying this was absolutely. I don't because I don't have any real anime experience. Was the anime what that is here? Evangelion 333. That was absolutely beautiful. I mean, that was like beyond. Cheese because this was a wheel of cheese. I thought it was phenomenal and so beautiful to open up with that kind of alto, not alto. Yeah, I guess it was kind of an alto voice, like maybe a first alto kind of performance by the singer. Just graceful with the piano, very, very, beautiful, and then it grows into this ginormous. Beautiful piece without going too balls to the wall. There was a little bit of timpani in there just to bring up some of the swell and the energy, but it got very, very open and very pulling in there. What a great Wheel of Cheesy. That was very unique, and thank you so much for dropping that on us. All right, I have one more Wheel of Cheese, and then I'm digging my cheese. I'm digging cheese. That just sounds all kinds of wrong. All right, guys. Let me refresh the data, and let's do this. Let me get back to my Wheel of Cheese, and let's go. Ooh, some splintered cheese here. Here we go, guys. You ready for speen? We shall speen, and then it'll be seen on who will ween. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, my God. The winner is... I can't see from here. Okay, Sirtek. Sirtek, you are the winner. If you still be here, Sirtek. No, I know, right, Patty Cakes? You were just right there. Just right there. But you know what happened? I think 1 a.m. may have had his foot on the wheel. So, you guys got to kind of work that out. Look at 1 a.m. He's already in. He's already in right now, giving you the people's elbow. Oh, the feuds of life. Okay, Sirtek would like us to listen to... Oh. One more anime. This is coming from Dragon Balls. Is that plural? Dragon Ball, sorry. This one is called the Italian Dragon Ball intro. I guess is there different pieces of music for different parts of the country? But this is the Italian Dragon Ball intro. This is the intro for Dragon Ball Z series. You see, that's where I got Dragon Balls, is because there's Z there. It's not because I'm an idiot. I'm just saying, there's a Z. It says Dragon Ball Z, except I just kind of put it together. Dragon Ball Z series that aired in Italy during the 90s. Dragon Ball was a huge success here, and this intro became kind of a second national anthem. Okay, incredibly nostalgic. All right, guys, this is the anime Dragon Ball. And the song is the Italian Dragon Ball intro. And this is coming to us from Sertec. Let's go. Whoops.
Chi sei? Goku non lo sai, però presto lo scoprirai.
It's got that Speed Racer animation, or early animation of anime.
Una nuova realtà con le sue verità scaverà nel tuo passato. E guardando in là il tuo cuore saprà ritrovare Dragon Ball. What is my destiny? Dragon Ball. Io so che tu lo sai, Dragon Ball.
I like how they pronounce Dragon Balls.
Che sia grande come te.
Kind of Euro housing, you're right. Euro beat. Oh, he just got butt singed.
L'oscurità ascendente diverrà con te, perché la tua fiamma oramai è più ardente che mai.
I like the bass line is on the and.
Dragon Ball, io so che tu lo sai, Dragon Ball, perché c'è un drago che sia grande come te. What is my destiny? Dragon Ball.
When you're not too sure, change the key. Modulate.
What is your destiny? Dragon Ball. Non ce lo dirai, Dragon Ball. Ma tu dirai, e già lo sai, che il buio vincerai. Dragon Ball.
Does anybody know when the original Dragon Balls came out? Dragon Balls. Actually, it's in the 80s because actually I kind of recognize nostalgically a little bit of the anime design of how they did the cartoon. As far as the piece of music's concerned, since I don't know what the original sounds like, apparently this is a track that was written specifically for the Italian market. And so maybe they took creative liberties, maybe did kind of like a derivative copyright shift. So I don't know if this was the same melody as the original one. I saw somebody in the chat pop up and say that this was completely different. But either way you look at it, I like that kind of, what like Amon said, it was kind of like a Euro beat kind of vibe. But what's really unique about that too is I'm listening to the lyrics. Obviously, I can't understand Italian all that well, if at all, except catching a couple words. But when they had to sing the English version of Dragon Balls, is Dragon Balls, you know, because of the enunciation and stuff. I thought it was great. Anyhow, my friends, listen, I am done and signing out. Let me turn off my hard drive really quick. As